Okay, so welcome to the second video journal. I've been wanting to make more of these over the past few months, but life's just been hectic and so much has been going on. But we've got a lot to talk about. I've basically put everything on a double-sided A4 bit of paper. So, like I said in the previous video, when I first moved to Sydney, I had no clients at all. And it was basically like starting from scratch. Obviously in England, I'd been working for 3 years and it got to a stage where people were coming to me for work, which was nice. But prior to moving out to Sydney, I got in touch with a filmmaker called Nick Pav. And basically his sister knows my sister, and so I just thought I'll get in touch with him, ask him about what it's like to get film work out there and just have a connection out there, really. So Nick owns a production company called Extreme Focus Films. But yeah, so this is his company, Extreme Focus Films, and this is his website, which is quite nice. So me and Nick went for a coffee, and it was just nice to meet him face to face and talk about just life in general, really. And then he brought up an engagement shoot, and he asked if I wanted to take any photos for it. Now, obviously I mainly do videos, but I've started dipping into photography a lot more over the last year. And so I was like, yeah, sure. We just worked really well together. We got on really well. And from there, he started providing me some work, helping him set up corporate interviews.
The reception of our technology has been quite phenomenal. I've done hundreds and hundreds, lost count.
We did 3 or 4 of those. We shot real estate videos, which was cool, and corporate events as well. So then I was like, right, I should probably start doing it on my website. Okay, so this is my homepage, and it's got my show reel, which shows some drone footage, as well as some in-water footage as well. Just basically all my favourite shots that I've captured over the last year or so. And then I've got an About Me section, which is just a bio and some photos of me with some camera gear. These were taken on the behind the scenes of Ruby Vandal. Super handy. Then it goes to what I offer page. So you've got camera operator, editing, drone operator. And below this, I've got some featured work. I tried to make it as varied as possible. So you've got Swan Signature, which is a documentary that I've made. A video journal, just because I want to show my personality and who the person is of the website, basically. And then I've got my fashion film that I shot with Christina, as well as a surfing in water footage film as well. Then below this, I've got my services, so consulting, which basically runs through the process of the consultation. And then I've got storytelling, and when you click on read more here, it comes up with 2 types of videos that I offer for commercial work, which is our story films, which are brand positioning videos, and commercial films, which are narrative marketing videos. And then I've also got branding, which is coming soon, as well as marketing, which is coming soon. And this section is going to be basically for Christina. So any film work that I get that needs to be marketed, I can just hand it over to her and get her some work, which is really handy. And then below this, I've got testimonials, which just look really nice. And then you've got the show reel underneath. So then when you click on commercial, it comes up with some promotional videos that I've done, and just below them I've attached some screenshots of footage in case people haven't got time to watch the video. They can still see the shots that I've captured. And then when you scroll across, you've also got our story videos from Pizza Boccone and another promotional video from a bar. And then when you go down, you've got some corporate films, so the same again. This one was shot for the University of Derby. And this one was shot for the Dockyard, which is a deal technology services. And then events as well, and you can also scroll through here too. Then when you go back up to the top, personal, you've got a travel film, a surf vlog, a music video, and a visual poem. And then when you click on photography, you've got some in-water surf photography. These were taken with my Aquatech housing. And then you've got portraits. It's mainly of Christina, to be honest. And then also some landscape stuff. And some aerial stuff too. And obviously one thing leads to another, and I started learning about SEOing, which is search engine optimization. and it's basically how you rank on Google. Now my website is through Wix, and Wix has a really good built-in SEO planner. But I also wanted to take this a step further and learn everything there is to know about SEOing. So I spent like a solid week on this. There's so much to do with it. But things included using Google Keyword Planner, but also backlinking, meta tagging, having a blog ranks you higher organically on Google. And then I also downloaded a plugin for my website called Website Analytics. And this shows you how many visitors are coming, if there's any frequent visitors, bounce rates, and it also does screen recordings of visitors, so you can see how they go around your website, and it basically allows you to better optimize where things should be. So that was all really interesting. And then I was like, right, I should probably get some business cards. So I went on to Vistaprint. So I got some personal general business cards, Joshua Timmins, freelance filmmaker, my website, my Instagram, standard things. And then I also got some business cards for my surfing photography, my in-water photography. And my dream scenario of moving to Australia would have been making a living from surf photography, buying a van, traveling up and down the coastline, living, shooting, surfing. It would have been amazing. But it was Australian summer and there were summer swells and there wasn't really much opportunity for this. But saying that, there was one morning down at Maruba Beach where the conditions just all aligned perfectly, and I happened to be shooting in the water that day, and I created a little surf vlog. I had a GoPro attached on top of my underwater Aquatech housing, which gave like a kind of behind the scenes feel to everything. I just got the sickest photo of you. It's a business card, it's kind of ripped in half. So after all of this, I tried learning and testing new ways of getting clients. And I don't know what I would do without Christina. Honestly, she's taught me so much. Like teaching me how to outreach and use online plugins. She's just incredible. Now, within these videos, I also want to be honest and transparent about everything that's working and everything that's not working. And I'm not going to lie, it was a struggle trying to get clients starting from scratch. Like, it really was, especially living in Sydney where there's a lot of competition, a lot of other filmmakers. And if I just quickly get some statistics up. So just for restaurants, I got in touch with 390 within Sydney. And 38% of those opened my email, so that's 98 people. 8% actually clicked on my links, which is 21 people, and 3% replied, which is 9 people. So one of the 9 restaurants that did reply was a luxury fine dining restaurant in King's Cross called Matisse, owned by a chef called Opel Khan. And he invited me to the restaurant and we spoke about the promo and he showed me around. And it wasn't until after leaving the restaurant and meeting up with Christina in a coffee shop that I discovered he is one of Australia's top chefs. He's got X amount of Michelin stars and he's been featured in all these articles by Vogue and everything. He's won World's Best Cookbook. He's a massive deal, and I didn't even realise. But yeah, so I worked for him, we got on really well, and he really liked the promo. And then he asked me to shoot for his other restaurant called Pizza Boccone, and that was more of an Our Story video, which was really interesting.
So my name is Samuele, I come from Italy. I'm the head pizza chef of Pizza Boccone. I have a pizza making background from Italy. I was 13 years old when I started. in a small place in my city in Italy.
And then a bar got in touch with me called Button Bar, wanting a promo, and so I shot that. That was in Surrey Hills. And the owner, Carl, also owns a bar called Terrigal, which is on the Central Coast. So I went up to shoot that. And then the day after, he was like, I own another bar in the city called Stitch Bar, which is like a old-fashioned speakeasy bar. So I shot that as well.
I'm all good, got a four-leaf clover, you cannot go wood, it's my lucky.
And then I also shot a video for the boat shed, which wasn't too far from where I lived. And then I met a guy surfing called James Carter, and we got talking, and it turns out he's a pianist, and he sent me over some of his music, and it's just beautiful. It was so nice. So I got back to him saying, let's collab, let's make a music video, and I said to him it would be amazing if we could find an old studio space within the city and get the piano in there, but hiring it out and the logistics of doing that, it was just ridiculous. And then he showed me a photo of his front room, and I was like, this looks incredible. So I turned up at his, we moved quite a lot of things out of the way, and we filled the room with haze spray, and yeah, beautiful footage. I was really happy with how it turned out. So I've been learning to deal with the reality of freelancing, because obviously you never know where or when your next job's going to pop up, and it can be difficult. I'm the kind of person that I always want to be doing something that benefits either my life or my career, and if I'm not, I get frustrated quite easily. So for me, it's been about coping with this. And one more thing that I quickly wanted to touch up on is a lot of people, when they graduate uni, they go from having this crazy social life to suddenly, most of the time, living back home with their parents. And yeah, it's a massive adjustment. A girl that was in uni with me called Tash, she wrote a blog about this, because I know a lot of people feel lost and are struggling with this. I struggled a little bit myself. So yeah, if you are, it might be worth reading this, and it might just help you out a little bit and show that you're not the only one in this boat, and there's loads of other people like this as well. But yeah, see you next time.